Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his apostles, "Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take up his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me. Whoever receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. And whoever receives a righteous man because he is a righteous man will receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives only a cup of cold water to one of these little ones to drink, because the little one be a disciple, amen, I say to you, he will surely not lose his reward." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord.
Good afternoon. Happy July. This is July 1, right? Yeah, sorry about the tank mix-up. For one reason or another, we looked at it and it says, "Hey, there's no puffing going on. You're out of oxygen here." So then they come over and they look at it and say, "That's not the problem. You don't have it turned on." Whoops, yeah. It's on. Okay. I want to focus on just one line of today's gospel. And I choose this line because I think it gives us the secret, the key to our own happiness. Listen. He who finds his life loses it. But whoever loses his life for my sake finds it. What does that mean? I really like even better an earlier translation of that line, which read this way: "He who seeks only himself brings himself to ruin, whereas he who brings himself to nothing discovers who he is." Now together, let's see how this line is the key to our happiness. All of us are born into this world as totally, completely self-centered, self-absorbed babies who are concerned only about one thing, their needs. That's the way we enter the world. And we have a lifelong struggle to move away from that to the opposite. Jesus is the opposite. Jesus is the man for others. Jesus gave his whole life in service to other people. His orientation was outward, the opposite of ours. Our orientation is inward. So Jesus is saying to us today, make your way my way too, and you will discover your happiness. Is Jesus saying to us that in forgetting self, we find self? In dying and losing life, we find life? That's exactly what he's saying. But what does it mean? Now we go to our own life experience. And keep your own life experience in mind. You know, we know that when we are most concerned about making ourselves happy, that's the less happy we are. Sounds crazy, it shouldn't be that way. It should be the other way around, but it isn't. And the more inwardly we are focused on our own needs, the more miserable we become. You know, he who seeks only himself brings himself to ruin. But now also the opposite is just as true. If we forget ourselves in service to others, then we find ourselves. Our happiest times are when we are not concerned about ourselves, but are serving in love to other people. That's our happy times, our times of fulfillment. You know, it's not this way, it's this way. And he who brings himself to nothing discovers who he is. Shouldn't make sense, but does it? You understand what I'm saying? All right. Jesus then has given us today the key to our happiness. And we know from our own life experience, that it's true. It is true in your life and in mine. We know our bad times and our good times, and it all has to do with our basic orientation. Where are we? So, we know it's true, so today we simply say, Lord, help us, each one of us, to become more and more like you, men and women, for others.